Hey, this is Jeremy from SWF Gaming, and today we're going to be taking a look at two of MSI's next generation gaming motherboards. Thanks to the guys over at MSI Australia, we've gotten our hands on the Z87 G45 and the bigger brother, the Z87-GD65. The look of these boards is one that'll turn heads for anyone interested in PC hardware. Both boards feature prominent blood red dragon insignias, stark black contours, and a CPU bay that's encircled by dragon face heat spreads. We first saw this look with MSI's Z77 range, and I'm glad it's back in full force with these Z78 boards. From a design and hardware perspective, calling these boards gorgeous is almost an understatement. The little details like the red-coated killer Ethernet jack work well to blend with the stylings of the board. However, in contrast to this, I was a little surprised to see the LEDs from the onboard Sound Blaster Cinema Audio Boost chip glow pink. The sheer attention to detail on both of the boards is remarkable. Placement of system inputs is well thought out, easy to access, and is comfortable to build with. MSI's graded the specifications and build of the components to what they label Military Class 4. What this basically boils down to is stringent quality assurance. From our testing and playthroughs with both the boards, I can attest to this. Review-wise, we'll start with the bigger brother, the Z87-GD65. The tip of the tongue question that comes to mind from any enthusiast or gamer's mind is what specifications does the motherboard support? You'll be happy to know that the Z87-GD65 is bristling with features. The new LGA 1150 socket allows for Intel's 4th generation core processors. For those wondering, that's Intel's new Haswell microarchitecture. With the new chips, Intel draws focus on the new line on cutting down power consumption. However, gamers and overclockers can still expect hearty performance increases from running the latest generation of CPUs. Connectivity-wise, the board packs 3 PCI Express 3.0 slots for video cards, 8 blazingly fast SATA ports for SSDs and hard drives, 4 rear panel USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB ports, the killer E2205 Ethernet port, a gold-plated PS2 jack, as well as your standard array of video and audio inputs. For audio, the board implements Sound Blaster Cinema circuitry. I was charmed at the out-of-box configuration, with trebles nice and crisp, and the bass was tight, something that's really rare to find in this day and age. The only thing that stood out for me from an audio perspective was that the mids were amped up just a whisker over the surrounding frequencies. For most gamers, however, having this straight out-of-the-box configuration is probably handy, as it allows you to hear footsteps, reloading weapons, or any other ambient noises that you need to hear on the battlefield. To the good old enthusiast crowd, you can get pretty excited for overclocking with this board. The OC Genie 4 combines both physical and software buttons, which results in relatively foolproof overclocking with the flick of a button. Even if you're a newcomer to overclocking or are just keen to give it a try, the OC Genie 4 offers a nice first tiptoe into the world of overclocking. For more advanced users, MSI BIOS allows for deep and sophisticated configuration of voltages, clock speeds, and other tasks, just like you'd expect. For those ever-important graphics comes the 3 PCI Express 3.0 slots. The Z87-GD65 is ready to play ball, with full support for multiple GPU setups from both Nvidia's SLI and AMD's Crossfire. Something to note is that when installing a secondary graphic card, the CMOS battery on the GD65 board becomes obstructed, a potential minor niggle for those running multiple graphic cards. Moving now on to the little brother, we have the MSI Z87 G45. The motherboard features relatively the same feature set as its bigger sibling, however, it does strip off a few of those extravagant features. You'd be pleased to know that the G45 still retains those 3 PCI Express 3.0 slots, enabling the fabled multi-GPU setup to power you through those gaming sessions. The Z87 G45 retains 6 of those SATA ports, the killer Ethernet jack is back, obviously you have support there for Intel's Haswell chipset, and it includes the same audio circuitry as well, meaning you get the delightful experience of Sound Blaster Cinema technology. OC Genie 4 is back, however, it's only in software form this time around. The components come graded to the same Military Class 4 standards, meaning that the build of this board is exceptionally high quality. This is fantastic for people that might be concerned with repair rates of the product. For anyone interested in a great bang for the buck, the G45 has you covered. MSI was kind enough to lend us one of Intel's new Core i5 4670K models. Whilst our benchmarking rig here isn't going to set any world records, I was still able to gain some exciting results back from our test with both of the boards as well as the new chip from Intel. We ran through an abundance of popular benchmarking programs for both gaming and hardware related performance tests. Here below is a quick overview of how our benchmarking went. The new chips from Intel tend to run pretty hot. However, both of the MSI boards ran flawlessly throughout. The ambient room temperature was around 20 degrees centigrade. Idling of the CPU sat between 38 to 40 degrees. With the chip marginally overclocked and under stress, it topped out at around 65, and when running long cycles of benchmarking, it peaked at around 80 degrees. Gamers shouldn't worry too much at all about these temperatures, as you can play games fairly easily, with the temperature sitting between 60 and 65 degrees. For the enthusiast crowd, air cooling is only going to get you so far. I highly recommend investing in some exotic cooling systems, as altering voltages results in a significant spike in operating temperatures. For a full breakdown in benchmarking, check out the written review on our site. The MSI Z87-GD65 and Z87-G45 offer a slick, exceptionally well manufactured, and simply stunning design to drool over and experience. Both motherboards come bundled with all the bells and whistles you'd expect from true gaming grade components, and the little touches like the inclusion of a cheeky door hanger that reads, "Sorry, busy gaming," only adds to the package. You can see that MSI has poured their heart and soul into these motherboards and really thought about what gamers and overclockers want most from a motherboard. MSI's efforts to create the ultimate next generation gaming motherboards have paid off immensely.